Welcome back, everybody, to Titans Tube. We are going to be previewing the Titans hosting the San Francisco 49ers in a much needed game for the Titans to win on Thursday night football. Titans are 9-5. Niners looking good at 8-6. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Clearly playing better football than the Titans are currently. And right before we hopped on, there's injury news. The final injury report just came out, so lots to keep tabs on there. But Jake, how's it going, man? How are you feeling? Are you still sick to the stomach after last Sunday, as I just got done throwing up again?
Yeah, still a little sick to my stomach. I haven't been eating as much. I'm just devastated about this Titans collapse we are in the middle of, Justin. And hopefully with the new injury news and the Roger Saffold COVID list and Taylor Lewan being out for this game, hopefully the offensive line isn't a turnstile for Nick Bosa, but we'll see, man. The best thing we can do is put on a brave face and go get a game that people don't think we're going to win on Thursday night. And that's what Vrabel Titans do. That's what the Vrabel Titans have done. We've been in this position before where you think the offensive line is in shambles, blah, 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 but then the Titans go out and get the job done. So hopefully our brave faces and our optimism can shine through in this video, but we'll see, Justin. We'll see.
I'm trying to put on a brave face. What's a brave face? That's not it. Oh man, we're gonna work on our brave faces, but let's get into this, Jake. Last meeting, 2017, the Titans go lose one to San Francisco. A hapless San Francisco 49ers team gets one over on the Titans in that game. I remember that frustrating loss. Had no business losing that one, but it's tough sledding. It's going to be tough sledding again here, even though we do get them at home and off a pretty extra short week for them because they played a late afternoon game on Sunday. So they had time to recover on Monday, then game plan on Tuesday and then travel on Wednesday or travel. No, they're probably going to travel. Something like that. So they've had little time to, readjust, and the Titans got to, stay at home, catch COVID. If you're Roger Saffold, get comfortable. Hopefully the Titans can use that to their advantage, being at home. But I don't know let's get into it, Jake. What are we looking at here? We'll start off with the Titans passing offense, if you want to call it that, whatever this offense is when we throw the ball, against the 49ers pass defense. What do we got?
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have help on the way, Justin. I mean, we just lost 2 pillars of our offensive line. Well, Taylor Lewan didn't practice all week, so that was kind of a foregone conclusion. But Roger Saffold catching COVID a day before the game, not optimal for the Titans. So obviously Ryan Tannehill's got to be protected better. I don't know if that's going to happen. But like I said, reinforcements are on the way. Julio Jones, surprisingly, no injury designation heading into this game, so I guess we'll have Julio for about 4 or 5 snaps until his hamstring falls off again, and we'll see if he can notch a catch in those 4 or 5 snaps, Justin. Our optimism and brave faces are not shining through very early, but more reinforcements, Justin. A.J. Brown looking like he's got a chance to play tomorrow. Not activated off of IR as of filming this video, so please, God, anything to help this Titans passing attack and to help Ryan Tannehill with anything would be greatly appreciated for this offense. So hopefully A.J. Brown and Julio being on the outside can instill a little bit of confidence in this passing offense. But with the pass protection looking the way it is, Justin, I'm not holding my breath, man. And also the 49ers are the 7th ranked passing defense, the top 10 passing defense rolling into Nashville, anchored by Quan Williams and Josh Norman, a frequent face at Nissan Stadium, coming in at corner for the San Francisco 49ers. Josh Norman, not a good track record in Nissan Stadium, so hopefully that continues, even going back to his days with the Washington football team with the Taylor Lewan. Yes, sir. And then we have Jamie Ward and Jaquiski Tart at safety for the San Francisco 49ers. I think this advantage is an easy one, Justin, especially with the Titans offensive line in shambles. And the 49ers have a top 10 passing defense, not looking great in this category, even with Julio Jones and A.J. Brown coming to hopefully provide some sort of relief. I got to give this one to the 49ers, Justin.
Yeah, I agree. Titans coaches probably looked at the rankings and saw 49ers 7th in the league in pass defense. They were like, all right, AJ, you're coming off IR. Julio, I don't give a crap what your hamstring is doing. You're in the game. Yeah, 4 or 5 plays for Julio. I was just thinking, like, just once, send him deep. Let's see if anything can happen.
You saw it on the first play in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry to cut you off, but first play in Pittsburgh, wide open, and they were saying, "Oh, had a touchdown," but guess what? Ryan Tannehill's eating the dirt. So hopefully we don't see that again, even though it's looking like we will.
But if his hamstring is definitely going to give out again. But let's just see if we can get a big play out of it first, and then he can, hobble his way to a sideline after a 50-yard completion. But it's going to help. According to all the tweets I've seen, A.J. Brown has looked good and sharp in practice this week. So it looks like he's ready to come back 100%. As close to 100% as he's able to. Hopefully we're not rushing him back. But, yeah, it's a very good pass defense here, and they got a good pass rush. Nick Bosa, I think, has 15 sacks. TJ Watt last week, Nick Bosa this week. What are you going to do, O-line, besides lose a couple more starters? They get the clear advantage here, Jake. We're going to see what we can do. Maybe we can scheme up some more tailback passes with Hilliard and Foreman, which was effective against the Steelers in the first half. But we'll see. We'll see what old Todd Downing can do here. Let's move on to the rushing offense versus the 49ers run defense. Still a decent element to this offense, despite Derrick Henry not being out, is the emergence of D'Onta Foreman, who, I feel like he's playing his way very much so into a contract with the Titans. I think he has 2 100-yard rushing games. Was really the bright spot of the offense in the entire Steelers game. He just, yet again, he had a fumble against New England, but he's looking good. He's looking better. I'm good with Foreman. Still looking forward to getting Henry back, hopefully in about 2 weeks or so. But so you kind of like our rushing attack. We'll see how they're able to hold up against this front seven without Lewan and Saffold, because last week against the Steelers, a lot of those big runs were off to the left side. So that production is getting a little iffy now on paper. But the 49ers are ranked 13th in the league against the run. Got a great front seven led by Fred Warner, who's a tackling machine, a dynamo with bringing down ball carriers. And obviously you got Nick Bosa at defensive end. Azeez Al-Shaair, I believe is how you say it. And DJ Jones, also big contributors for that front seven. But Shaair is questionable coming into this game. So that's something to keep an eye on. That would be a pretty big loss for them if he's not able to go. But I don't know. What do you think, Jake? With our rush offense against their rush defense, our rush offense isn't bad. It's been the only way we've been able to effectively move the ball. I'm almost willing to call this one a push, if I'm being quite honest, Jake. We'll see. We'll see who's healthy for them on their front seven. But with the Lewan and Saffold being out, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding. So due to those 2 injuries there, or COVIDs, they might get the slight advantage here. What do you think?
Yeah, the preview was written before Roger Saffold placed on the COVID-19 list. So that push might be ticked a little toward the San Francisco 49ers. But you said it, Justin. This rushing offense is not the problem of the Titans. It's you said it's the only way we've been able to move the ball. And for some reason, whenever we get in like goal-to-go situations or in the red zone, Todd Downing just flips the lever and says, let's throw it 3 times in a row into the dirt or get Ryan Tannehill sacked or take a holding. Or it's infuriating to watch, Justin. So hopefully D'Onta Foreman can continue to be a bright spot on this offense. But yeah, with the news of the left side of the Titans line being effectively blown up, I don't expect a lot from this Titans rushing offense. I'm going to give the slight advantage to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, man, it's our 2 best O linemen not in for this game. We're going to have to be able to pass. We're taking out 2 of our best O linemen and adding we're supposed to be our number 1 and number 2 wide receivers. So that tells you maybe we're going to come into this game a little more pass heavy than what we're used to seeing this season. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Going to be tough sledding on offense either way. Let's move on to the defense, Jake. We got the 49ers pass offense versus the Titans secondary. Who's going to be welcoming back maybe a particular Jack Rabbit.
Yes, Jack T. Rabbit is back practicing fully this week. No injury designation. So Jackrabbit Jenkins will be returning to the lineup. And the Titans have a loaded secondary, Justin. They've got Elijah Molden. They've got Jackrabbit Jenkins. Christian Fulton still playing at a high level. And then Buster Screen, great addition as a rotational guy for this defense. With Byard and Hooker in the back, you like where you're at in your secondary, and you're healthy and you're playing well. They didn't allow really much to the Steelers. Sans turnovers from the Titans offense. I mean, this defense clamped Pittsburgh and played a great game again, even coming off the shutout of the Jags game. So I expect that to continue. Looking to the other side of the ball for the 49ers, 13th ranked passing offense. Obviously, Jimmy G leading the charge for the 49ers. Obviously, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, huge X factors in this game. Have to like somehow clamp George Kittle. I'm a little worried about matching up with George Kittle. Probably Byard will be dealing with a lot of those responsibilities. So we'll see if the Titans can shut him down. And then also Brandon Ayuk is another solid option, despite his kind of shaky start to the season that he had. I'm going to give the slight advantage to the 49ers, Justin. They have just the key guy. George Kittle is going to be the X factor in this game. If the Titans defense can play to the high level that we've come to expect them to, I think they're able to maybe slow Kittle down, but he's going to get his in this kind of game. So we'll see. I'm going to give the slight advantage to the 49ers, maybe a push in this because the Titans are fully healthy now in the secondary. What do you think, man?
Yeah. And it all comes down to Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. As you said, both X factors, both extremely dangerous. I mean, they're like your Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce's of the Chiefs. Like, both of these guys can tear you apart if you're not ready for them. Deebo Samuel already 1,000 yards on the season. And running the football, he's just under 300 yards, but he's averaging 6.9 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns. So they used him really well in the running game. It's going to come down to how do we slow down those two guys. You wish you'd had David Long Jr. for this game. He could probably help out against not just George Kittle, but Deebo Samuel as well. If we're trying to use some trickery and in the run game, being able to match up with him. Jayon Brown, I think, has been a little shaky in pass coverage for us this year, especially in covering running backs. We might use him against George Kittle, but we might have to use a safety, a bigger bodied guy, or somebody with a little bit more length than Jayon Brown. But dangerous weapons that those two guys are. And I agree. You love this defense, but how do you stop 2 stars? When's the last time that this defense had to face 2 stars at the skill positions? Superstars, really. So it's going to be a tough task. They can really help themselves by, again, getting constant pressure on Jimmy G. It's going to be another big game for the 4 guys up front to be able to generate pressure and make things hard, make life hard for Jimmy Garoppolo there. But I'm leaning more towards push, but I can see the advantage 49ers just because I love how this defense is playing. They were able to handle the Rams and that high-powered offense pretty well. So we'll see how they do. But Deebo Samuel and George Kittle certainly scare me. So they might just have to get a default edge just due to that.
Fair enough. And, we love talking about it every week, Justin. Take it away with the crown jewel of this Titans team currently. Pitching another great game in Pittsburgh, but too bad it was ruined.
Yes. Yeah. How do you like those 18 yards on 12 carries, Najee Harris? You probably like it fine because you also got a W in that effort, which is so frustrating. But the Titans are second in the league in rush yards allowed per game. And besides David Long Jr., this defense is super healthy, hella healthy, if you will, especially on the front 7. And it doesn't even feel like personnel-wise, yes, David Long Jr. isn't an exact mirror copy of Zach Cunningham, who was recently brought in. But you still like that depth was added. So you don't really feel that loss of David Long Jr. anymore because Cunningham had a pretty good game. I think he led the team in tackles for our defense last week, and he definitely showed up on the TV screen watching it. So he's getting acclimated. Hopefully he can help slow down this 49ers offense and that rushing attack. 49ers coming in 7th in the league in rushing offense. This 49ers team looks good on the stat sheet. They are in the top 10 or very near the top 10 in like all these categories. So it should be a great matchup. But a big deal of injury news, Jake. The hits just keep coming for both teams. Elijah Mitchell, who's played 9 games for him, but was their clear leader in running the football, is out for this game. I guess he got hurt against Atlanta last week. He was averaging 4.6 yards a carry, 759 yards on the season with 5 touchdowns. It looks like they're going to be going to, I'm just looking at the stats, so if they're out for the season, don't fault me. Jeff Wilson Jr. is next as far as running backs go in production. Then after him is Trey Sermon. So don't know if those guys are healthy or not, but could be seeing a combo of those 2 guys, plus Deebo Samuel, surely picking up more of a load there in the running game. So we'll see. I'm kind of expecting that to happen because San Francisco absolutely runs the football, and they kind of, they use their passing game off of their success running it. It's kind of how the Titans are. It's a bit. So going to be another great matchup here. I mean, the game could certainly be won or lost on this on this category. If we're able to slow down the running game, hopefully that creates a domino effect of our defense delivering another great performance and keeping this San Francisco offense at bay. So as far as what we've seen from the rush defense this year, Jake, we've got to give the advantage to the Titans here, I think. So we finally get one, a tried and true unanimous check mark here, I think.
I total agreement with you. This front 7 has been playing fantastic all year long, and it's just a shame that the Titans offense is spoiling these performances. You know, I really would say that this is a Super Bowl quality defense, especially if you get David Long Jr. back for the playoff push. It's, it's tough. It's really tough, Justin, that this defense is playing so well right now, and it's still resulting in 3 out of the last 4 games being a loss. But I will still say with the 49ers starting running back out of the mix and with how this defense is playing, I definitely think we get the tried and true check mark in this advantage.
And as far as special teams goes, Jake, Bullock was pretty good, I guess. He made his 2 kicks and extra points. Kern is not bad, but he's not like, we love seeing those punts that are just like go out of bounds at the 2-yard line that he's so good and consistent at doing. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Field position could be a very important aspect in this game if it's going to be a low-scoring game with a great defense of the Titans and also a struggling offense with the Titans. So we could be seeing some low scoring here. As for the Niners, Robbie, good as gold kicking for San Francisco. He's been a good kicker in this league for a while. And Mitch Wishnowsky is punting for the Niners. So I don't know. How do you feel about the advantages in the special teams? I think is Deebo Samuel their returner? I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I think he might be. Or maybe it's Ayuk. It might be back there.
Or it could be Ayuk, yeah.
Both good options. Both good options. With Randy Bullock turning the corner on his birthday week, making his kicks in Pittsburgh, we're going to need every single point we can get, Justin, as offense. But with Brett Kern shaky, I will call the kicking advantage a push in this category. We can move right along. Keys and predictions to the game, Justin. I'm going to take it off the bat, and I'm going to bring in a very special prop of mine, a very special piece of Titans memorabilia that I own. This game, it wasn't a game ball. It was a warm-up. Roger Goodell certified the Duke NFL football. You can tell it's old because it doesn't have the logo right there. The key to the game, Justin, is to keep 2 hands on this mother-frickin' ball, man. 2 hands. Wrap it up. I'm going to be watching the game the entire time like this. And that's really it. The Titans aren't in the position that they are coming down the line. There you go. That would be an easy football to keep hold of. But just keep it like this. Keep it high and tight. And the Titans wouldn't be in the position they are if they could just keep it high and tight. 2 hands on the football. Don't freaking drop it, man. Don't freaking drop it. It's an easy as hell key to the game. Oh, and there you go. Oh, no.
It's harder than you think, Jake. It's harder to hold on to
McMath. Oh, my God. Tannehill drops the snap. It's harder than you think. But it's also easier and more simpler than you think. The Titans just have to hold on to the football, Justin. And I have the Titans winning this football game. The Mike Vrabel Titans win games when they are not expected to. And, Lawan Saffold out of the lineup. We've been playing with Saffold out of the lineup a lot of this year because he's dealt with that nerve and shoulder injury. And, Lewan, not what he once was, Justin. I know he's a fan favorite, busted with the boys, yada, 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 but he's playing his way out of Tennessee. And there's a good chance he could be a cap casualty next year. Now, what do they do in the offensive line? I don't know. That's a conversation for another day. But I have the Titans winning this football game, Justin, if they hold on to this damn thing. I have them winning. Let's see. Let's do 21-18. It's going to be a real close one.
Ooh, all right. Man, you went against the Titans in the picks video, so you must have had to change your heart breaking down this
I usually do that. I usually do the Titans in the preview.
It's all right. Yeah. I'll take it. You know what? I'm not worried about Lewan going out because we have a guy who can fill in and do a great job in Ty Sambrailo. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He retired on the team. Thanks, Ty. It would have been nice to be able to lean back on him, but I guess it's going to be Kendall Lamb. Is he even on the team? Has he been dressing? Is he healthy? I haven't heard about him in forever. Yep. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to get cute this week with the keys. I think last week I said special teams because I thought it would be low scoring and field position and points would be at a premium, and they were okay. I think they were fine, but we still lost because the real keys are exactly what you said. This Titans team has got to take care of the ball and not turn the ball over. And added on to that is the other obvious one. You got to find ways to protect Tannehill, scheme to protect Tannehill, have him roll out, get him run him away from pressure. Don't let him just have a deep drop back and just sit there like a sitting duck when the pocket starts collapsing with our two backups that are going to be playing on the left side of the line. I don't want to see any strip sacks from Nick Bosa. I don't want to see any of that crap. I want to see a clean game, limit the penalties. Don't beat yourselves. Make San Francisco earn it for the love of the Lord. I'm tired of these unforced errors, Jake. It's making me sick.
It's a plague.
I'm going to take the Titans to win, though. Still a biased Titans fan at the end of the day, as hard as that is. And I'm going to take the Titans to win it. Also a close one, 23-19. 19 right. Points for Debo. That's for you, Debo. 19 points. And we got to convert field goals into touchdowns when we get close. If I see any field goals under 30 yards, it's gonna tick me off a little bit. If we just cashed in on one of those short field goals last week, it would definitely
win the game.
Yeah, that would be enough to win the game. It'd be a different outcome for sure. So we got to be able to take advantage of the opportunities when they're there, when it comes to putting points on the board, and to not turn the ball over, putting San Francisco in automatic field goal position, which we did like 4 times last week. So there's that. Stop beating yourselves. Take care of the ball and take care of your quarterback. And the Titans, I think, do have a chance to win this one.
I like it, Justin. Head up, Titans Nation. I'm kind of talking like a head coach with a football in my hand. Heads up, Titans Nation. Vrabel wins games when he's not supposed to. I think that's the 3rd time I've said it in this video, but God damn it, it's true. So hopefully that could be the case this week. And let's go get a dub, and let's go, let's put the pressure on the Colts a little bit. The Titans must win. This will be a playoff atmosphere in Nissan Stadium, and they better treat it like a playoff game, Justin, because it's a very important one, even though it's against an interconference opponent in the 49ers. Let's go get it. And at least if we lose, let's just make them earn it. I like what you said there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Justin, that's going to do it for me. Do you have anything else?
I got nothing. Just believe. It's the Christmas holidays. Hopefully the Titans can deliver the fans a W before Christmas on Saturday, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy your football week. Enjoy spending time with loved ones and family, and believe.
It says believe.
And Santa? I still believe in Santa.
Also, Titans not turning the ball over. We'll take that too.
Yeah. I think that's more important than Santa Claus.
Yeah.
For sure. No free Christmas gifts to the San Francisco defense.
No,
please.
No.
And then I just want to feel good. I just want to feel the sweet, sweet taste of victory again. I mean, we got a brief glimpse of that against the Jags, but it would be nice to get another one. I'm getting so anxious and stressed out about this division, and the Colts just continually creeping on our heels. I can't take it. If they catch us, dude, I'm gonna have to take a long walk in the park and forget about it. So,
yep.
But we'll see. High hopes. Let's stay optimistic, and we'll be tightening up this Thursday night. That does it for me.
Tighten up, everybody. Have a great Christmas. Have a great holiday. Have a great time. It's just a game, but football is also life, Justin.
Absolutely. It's the most important thing. Let's just get right back down to it.
All right. That's gonna do it for us. Peace out, everybody.